In all the years that I've been going to Portugal, there is one area that I have never visited, and that was Serra da Estrela, Portugal's largest mountain range. The rugged landscape, granite boulders strewn haphazardly, and rushing waterfalls, and mountain settlements nestled in the river valleys, all waiting to be explored. On the morning of our departure for Serra da Estrela, the low-hanging gray clouds did not bode well for the drive up. And as we continued up the mountain range, the weather alternated between dry and wet. So we're driving on what is considered to be one of the most dangerous roads in Portugal. Why is that?
Because there's a lot of accidents here, or there has been. I don't know what the status of this is now. I see they have all these concrete dividers between the two directions. Maybe that has helped a lot. The weather conditions sometimes over here can also make it really treacherous. It can get, especially during the winter, it can get the roads can get icy, and people are not expecting it. And the way they drive over here, it's also very fast. So it's just a recipe for a lot of accidents to be happening here. Traffic also tends to be heavy, and it is one lane most often in each direction. And there are double lanes on the uphill sections, and the single lanes usually on the downhill sections. So people get a bit angst when they want to overtake somebody else. Like right now, I have not. This used to be open in the middle. Last time I think I drove through here, the majority of it was. Right now, it's always been. It's had a divider here all the way along. So I'm thinking they've made improvements on it, so that way people don't try and overtake and hit oncoming traffic. This divider here looks relatively new.
Oh wow, the truck is just right on the tail of the car. Look how close that truck is.
Take the second exit to Rua do Bairro de.
We had hoped that the clouds would clear up, but as we continued to drive up, the sky became darker and the rain didn't abate. Well, we've just entered the park of Serra da Estrela. It's raining at the moment. We've been getting isolated showers here and there.
We just came up from a town called Serra.
You can't really see it because it's kind of misty. So this road could be the highest road in Portugal. And may take us past the highest peak in Portugal.
Yippee!
The peak is called Torre.
Torre.
These mountains are the highest range in Portugal, with much of the Serra over 1,500 meters or 5,000 feet, and the Torre rises to 1,993 meters or 6,539 feet. It wasn't the best of conditions arriving here, with the fog and rain obscuring the landscape, but one can see a little of the exposed granite of the upper slopes, interspersed among the bushes, grasses, and pine trees. This is a good area for grazing sheep. The area is best known for its famous cheese, Serra.
Take the next right onto N232. Signs for Manteigas P. Douradas.
Oh man, this is talk about a sharp ride.
Continue on EN232 for 12 kilometers.
Canopy is holding up all the rainwater.
Sharp right onto Estrada Florestal de São Sebastião.
We were on our way to the historic mountain town of Manteigas at the heart of the Serra. Through the rain-splattered car window, we saw glimpses of the traditional whitewashed stone buildings with their terracotta tile roofs.
Take the next right to stay on Rua dos Cervicos Floresta.
So we're approaching Manteigas, and I think this is where we're going to stay overnight. We're gonna look for that hotel and use this as a base to explore the park. The views from the hotel we stayed at overnight showed a splendid view of the sleepy town, with houses perched on the hillside and surrounded by mountain greenery. As the morning progressed, the clouds rolled in, bringing with it fog and mist along the valley. There was a certain aura to it all. A cool, mysterious, ancient vibe in the isolation, away from modernity and back to a long ago past. A designated nature reserve, the Serra's long-distance paths and stunning flora attract hikers and nature enthusiasts. Hiking trails are marked throughout. One of the major natural attractions is Poço do Inferno, a gushing cascade in a gorge off the river Leandros.
So this is pure mountain water from Serra da Estrela. You can actually buy this water in a bottle. But I'm just going to have a ride off this spout over here with my bare hands. Very cold. Let's smell first.
Clean, unfiltered mountain water can be bottled from a stone trough at Poço do Inferno.
The force of the water just creates all this wind basically that's moving all these leaves down below around. All those grass blades are all getting shifted around, and even this little tree over here is just moving around so much just from the force of the water hitting down here. It's not a big drop, not a big waterfall. It's not the biggest I've seen, but yeah, cool little waterfall. Lots of water. Well, this is very much the same water I just drank down below. So this is a cypress, part of the cypress tree family. As you can tell by the needles, it's almost like a pine. It's got a fruit. Have you ever seen this before? There's a gentleman here before we got here, and he was telling us he was from the area. He doesn't remember the name of the tree, but there aren't too many of these around. And this is an edible fruit, except for the pit. Supposedly the pit is toxic, so just try not to bite it. There's nothing really spectacular, but it is a fruit.
We continued on our way to the peak. Along the way, we stopped to admire the rugged landscape with granite boulders strewn haphazardly. The beauty of Serra da Estrela laid bare of rolling hills and sheer cliff drops, and vegetation that survived eons of ice age drifts and forest fires. Look at those boulders on the side of that hill. So this is considered a glacial valley. We're heading to Torre, the highest peak in Portugal.
Torre is the name of the peak of Serra da Estrela. So Serra da Estrela is a mountain, and Torre is the name that's been given to the peak there. And I'm not sure if this is the proper way to go there. Maybe it's the quickest way to go from where we were before. But last time I was there, we did not go through the road to get up there.
Look at that waterfall over there.
Yeah.
Wow. This is so unusual, this landscape with all these boulders. And then the clouds are creeping in. We won't even see the peak. We're being very careful right now because for whatever reason we took a side route to get up to go to Torre.
Stupid Google.
Yeah, keep our fingers crossed that we don't get a puncture.
Or something even worse. Definitely don't want to go through this earth puddle. I'm trying to avoid this earth puddle as much as possible. Just don't know what's in there.
There are puddles here, yeah. Oh my gosh, Paul, look at that. Again, puddle. Our reliance on the GPS took us in a direction that we didn't expect. Driving over scary big puddles of water on the gravel road.
Oh, there's some goats.
And coming upon a shepherd with his flock of sheep.
Shepherd's gotta be close. There's a shepherd right there.
Oh, good.
Salvation. Sheep. This is where you get the cheese.
So there's some sheep over here. We can see the shepherd in the distance there tending to his flock. This area is known for its famous Serra cheese. And here we had the opportunity to see the sheep that produced this cheese grazing in the wild. So it's a relief to see the shepherd here because we weren't quite sure if we were heading in the right direction, general direction, and we didn't know how far away we were going to be to get to the highway from here. The state of this road, it's scary.
It's scary for this little car.
So we just exited that backcountry road and thank goodness. It was getting pretty sketchy. So we're now on N383? 283. Well, it's a highway. It's a paved highway.
It's not a highway, it's a paved road.
Paved road. That's all we want now. So it was...
That way, up down, up that way.
Yeah. Wow. So we're gonna go up, wind up, and then wind around the
Speak.
As we got closer to the peak, a thick fog swept over the region. We finally made it to the peak, but the fog obscured the views all around. It was rather disappointing, but we knew that someday we would be back again, hopefully on a clear, bright, sunny day. We're leaving the top of Portugal.
Turn right on N339.
Now it was time to head back to the Minho Alagado. Our short excursion to Serra da Estrela has come to an end. This is all for now. As I leave you with views of Serra da Estrela, join us for the next episode as we visited coastal beach towns and the capital city of Lisbon. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel and be notified of more upcoming videos. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.